Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 final week is on the air. Today's date is October 3rd, 1980. Only 3 days left in the regular season. We are at Riverfront Stadium, a huge National League West matchup between the Atlanta Braves and the Cincinnati Reds. Let's take a look at the standings. In the American League East, the New York Yankees, they are the AL East champions. The Baltimore Orioles are in second place. They have clinched the 3 seed. The Orioles will be playing the Yankees in the division series. The Detroit Tigers are the 6th seed. They clinch 3rd. In the American League West, the Kansas City Royals, they will face the winner of the wild card champion. Oakland is in 2nd. Texas is in 3rd. And unfortunately for yesterday, even though the Minnesota Twins won both games, the Rangers and the Twins only played 161 games in 1980. I thought they played 162, and I looked over the schedule, and they only played 161. The Twins were 4 games back of the Rangers. It won't matter. Texas is in the postseason, and they are right now the 5 seed, a game back of Oakland for the 4 seed, as the Athletics are now in 2nd place. The Detroit Tigers still have a chance to move into the 4 seed, as they are right now only a game and a half back of Oakland for the 4 seed, with 3 days left to play in the regular season. So we will have all 6 teams in the American League. In the National League, the Philadelphia Phillies, they are the National League East champs. The Montreal Expos have clinched 2nd place. The Houston Astros, they are the National League West champs. The Atlanta Braves, their magic number is 2. They come into this game at 89 and 69. Their magic number is 2 to clinch 3rd place in the National League West and the 3 seed in the National League. The Cincinnati Reds, very simple for them. A Cincinnati win or a Dodger loss, the Reds are in the postseason. The Dodgers are 2 games back, but the Reds have the tiebreaker for board record. So even if they tied, Cincinnati would get in. And that is what is favored tonight. The Braves are trying to clinch the 3 seed. So a win by the Braves, will get a chance, and a loss by the Expos. The Braves will be the 3 seed, and they will play the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League Division Series. That is what's at stake tonight here at Riverfront Stadium. Brian B. and Cutter Historical are first to join us here at Riverfront Stadium. The Braves historically won this game 4-1. They had 5 hits and 3 errors. The Reds had 6 hits and an error. But we all know how it happens when Brian B. is the manager of the Reds in any game I play for them tonight. So the Reds win and they're in. If they lose and the Dodgers lose, the Reds are still in. So what will happen tonight? We've seen the Braves and the Reds play together before, and these 2 teams opened up my 1980 regular season or replay, and now it's kind of fitting that these 2 will have to play each other again. So, without further ado, it is time to play some serious baseball tonight. Let's get things going. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds is Mario Soto. 10 wins, 8 losses, 4 saves, a 3.07 ERA. Soto more a relief pitcher, but he really became a starter later. 23-year-old Mario Soto. We are at Riverfront Stadium. This is a neutral park. Might favor hitters a little bit. Adds 1 to walks. No chance of robbing a home run at any wall. So, the Braves trying to clinch the 3 seed in the National League and avoid the wild card series. The Reds trying to clinch the playoffs. They win and they're in. What will happen tonight? Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Braves, left fielder Jerry Royster, 242 average, a homer, and 20 RBIs in 80. We're going to use red, white, and red dice. Reds are the home team. Not an empty seat anywhere here in the stadium in front of the river. Braves and the Reds. These two teams started my 1980 replay. Kind of fitting that these two teams are close to ending the 1980 replay. What will happen? Let's find out. Soto, 7-2, and that is a possible home run against a righty. Royster needs a 2, plus 2 is a 4, the 12 is too high. Royster, 7-3, and instead he's going to ground it to first. And that will be Dan Dreesen getting to that. He'll make the play, and that'll be out number 1. That'll be, now batter is the shortstop, Rafael Ramirez, 267 average, 2 homers, 11 RBIs that year. Soto, 6-8 error, foul grounder at the park. Riverfront, 6-3. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Ron Oster. He's a shortstop for the game. His error rating is a 9. That's a 15. He's got it, and he will throw to first for the out, 2 down. And that will bring up the right fielder, Terry Harper, a 185 average, no homers, and 3 RBIs in 80. Definitely a September call-up. Soto will deal. Soto, 6-8 error, foul grounder at the park. Riverfront, 4-5. And against a righty, that is a right-handed batter, that is a ground ball to short once again. Ron Oster again. His error rating is a 9. Oster will not make an error. That's a 19. He'll get it over to first and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Braves. And we go to the bottom of the first. John Wise joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves tonight is Tommy Boggs. I don't believe there was any relation to Wade Boggs. I'm not sure. 12 wins, 9 losses, a 3.42 ERA. And he gets the call tonight for the Braves. I was in the 5th grade in 1980. Leading off for the Reds, center fielder Dave Collins, 303 average, 3 homers, and 35 RBIs in 80. Boggs, 3-4, strikeout 8, and that will get him. Struck him out. That'll be the first strikeout for Boggs. He had 84 of them that year. That'll bring up the shortstop, Ron Oster, 277 average, 2 homers, 20 RBIs. Concepcion is on the bench. Oster's at short. Junior Kennedy is at second base for this game. Boggs, 4-1, hit by pitch. No. Oster, 4-3. That's a base hit past second base. And Oster will get a single. First hit of the game for him. And the batter will be the right fielder, Ken Griffey, 294 average, 13 homers, 85 RBIs, and 80. Infield set for double play. Oster had 6 steals, and he is not going. Boggs, 1-1 against the lefty. It's a blank. Griffey, 7-7. Fly ball to right field. That'll be grabbed by Terry Harper, and he'll make the play for the second out. And now the left fielder, the $10 million bum, George Foster, 273 average, 25 homers, 93 RBIs. Every time I seem to say that, Foster always makes me eat my words. Strategy, nothing on the 3. Oster stays put. Boggs, 8-7, walk 4. That'll be ball 4. And he will walk Foster, and Foster moves Oster over to second. First walk given up by Boggs. He had 46 of them in 80. And now the first baseman, Dan Dreesen, 265 average, 14 homers, 74 RBIs that year. Strategy roll, nothing on the 17. Boggs, 6-3 against the lefty. That's a blank. Dreesen 1-3. That's powered into right field. That's a 17, but it'll stay up there against the righty. And right fielder Terry Harper will chase it down. He'll make the catch and end the inning. No runs, a hit, and a walk. No score after 1. Reds trying to punch their ticket. To the postseason. We go to the top of the second. It would play either Montreal or Atlanta. It would be on the road for one of those games, depending who clinches the 4 seed. Leading off for the Braves, third baseman Bob Little Jack Horner. 268 average, 35 homers, 89 RBIs. A young Bob Horner, as a matter of fact, 22 years old, but he was still pretty ripped at the time. Soto, 2-3. That's at the park. Riverfront, 4-7. And again, and a right-handed batter. That's going to be a fly ball to left. And George Foster will get that. And that'll be out number 1. Here's the first baseman, Chris Chambliss. I put him in the Hall of Very Good. 282 average, 18 homers, 72 RBIs in 80. Joe Rocchino joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Soto, 3-3, walk 9, and that will be ball 4. Soto walks Chambliss. That's the first walk given up by Soto. He had 74 of them in 80. Here's the center fielder, Dale Murphy. Some people think he still belongs in the Hall of Fame. You can make an argument. 281 average, 33 homers, 89 RBIs in 80. Infield is a double play depth. Doug Hunt joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Nothing on the 3. Soto, 7-1 against a righty. That will be an automatic out. It's going to be a ground ball to third. And that will not be a double play, I don't believe. 4 plus 0 minus 1 is a 3. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Chambliss thrown out at second. Murphy did not hinder many double plays. But Chambliss is out, and that will be a fielder's choice, and that will be out number 2. Here's the second baseman, Glenn Old Mother Hubbard. 248 average, 9 homers, 43 RBIs that year. Strategy roll for Murphy. He stays put. Soto, 5-4 against a righty. That will be an automatic out. It'll be a fly ball to center field. And Dave Collins will get that, make the catch, and retire the side. Nothing across except the walk. We go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Reds, third baseman Ray Knight, who will win his team in baseball history in about 6 years. 264 average, 14 homers, 78 RBIs in 80. Boggs will pitch. 1-3, it's a blank. Knight, 3-8, and it's a righty. It's a ground out to second base, handled easily by Hubbard, and he tosses it over, 1 down. That'll bring up the catcher, Joe Nolan, a 307 average, 3 homers, 26 RBIs. Bench is on the bench, by the way. Boggs, 5-4. That's at the park. Riverfront, 1-1. That is a possible home run to left field against a righty. Boggs has a 12. Runners empty, -2 makes it a 10. And that's a 2. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Home run, Joe Nolan. Stadium cheers. Yay! Joe Nolan, that's a home run to left. Nolan is a 12 against righties, -2 with the bases empty, a 10. And that is a 2. And Joe Nolan says, Johnny Bench, we don't need no stinking Johnny Bench. Reds take a 1-0 lead. And here's the second baseman, Junior Kennedy. 261 average, a homer, 34 RBIs that year. Home run for Nolan. Johnny Bench immediately has to be traded. XSG2 joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Boggs, 1-4, walk, 9. Ball 4, he walked him. Boggs will walk Kennedy. And that is the second walk by Boggs. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Mario Soto. He uses hitting card number 1. He'll probably lay down the bunt. Corners are in, and it will be a bunt. Boggs will pitch. Boggs, 5-3, strikeout 6. And let's see. Strikeout, 20, they divided by 10. So a 22 divided by 10 is what? 2 something, right? You add the ballpark, so 22. That 6 is going to be too high anyway, so that's going to be a bunt attempt. So the bunt, it won't strike him out. Divided by 10, round down. So that becomes divided by 10. What is wrong with my math? Yeah, it's a 2. All right, yeah, okay. So the bunt will be laid down, and that is going to be bunted right to third base. That'll be picked up there by Horner. His bunt rating is a 5. It'll become a 4 since he is in. And that's a 7. It'll be a good bunt. Picked up there by Horner. The only play he has was to first. Kennedy goes to second, and there are 2 outs, but a runner in scoring position. My math is horrible these days. So a sacrifice hit to third, and now the batter is Collins. Collins is 0 for 1, but now 2 outs. Reds lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Strategy roll. Kennedy stays put. Boggs, 2-3. It's a blank. Collins, 4-6. And it's a fly to center field. And Murphy will come under it. He'll make the play and retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit. A solo bomb by Joe Nolan. He had only 3 home runs that year, but he comes away with the hit. And it's 1-0 after 2. Time for station identification. This is the WRJL YouTube network. We go to the top of the third. Reds have a 1-0 lead. A win here by the Reds. They're in the postseason. They clinch a playoff berth. Leading off for the Braves is the catcher, Bruce Benedict. 253 average, 2 homers, 34 RBIs in 80. A Braves win and an Expos loss. The Braves clinch the 3 seed, and they will play the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League Division Series. Soto, 4-5 against a righty. That is an auto out. It'll be a ground ball to first base. And Dan Dreesen will take it to the bag on his own. 1 down. That'll bring up the pitcher, Tommy Boggs. He uses hitting card number 5. He's a right-hander. Pitch from Soto. 6-6, wild pitch. It's a blank. Boggs, 7-8, and it's a grounded to second base. Grabbed there by Kennedy. And Kennedy throws it over, 2 down. And now here's Royster. Royster's 0 for 1. Soto pitches. Soto, 6-3, strikeout plus, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that'll end the inning. That is the first strikeout by Soto. He had 182 of them in 80. Definitely a strikeout pitcher. 1, 2, 3, go the Braves. We go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Natty will be Ron Oster. He has got a single his first time up. The last time we had Oster on the board, he had a rough game. We'll see if he has a better one this time. But he isn't short this time. Boggs, 2-8, strikeout, got him. They'll go ahead and get Oster on a K, and that is the second strikeout for Boggs. He's not related to Wade, is he? I'm not 100% sure. Here's Griffey. Griffey is 0 for 1. Of course, Wade wasn't playing at this time, I believe, in the 80s. Boggs will go ahead and deal. Boggs, 1-5, range play at the park. Riverfront, 2-2. That is a possible home run to right field. Against the righty, Griffey has a 16. -2 makes it a 14. And that's a 5. Well, there's not going to be a range play there. Unless you can jump about over 12 feet in the air. Kaboom! That ball is pretty high. That ball is pretty deep. And that ball is pretty well gone. Home run, Ken Griffey. Stadium cheers. Yay! Ken Griffey parks one in the right field seats, and the Reds now have a 2-0 lead. And now the batter is Foster. Foster walked his first time up. Boggs trying to settle down here against the Reds. Reds trying to clinch a playoff berth. A win tonight they do. Boggs, 2-1. It's a blank. Foster, 4-2. That's a grounder to second. And that'll be handled there by Hubbard. And Hubbard tosses it over for out number 2. And now Dreesen. Dreesen is 0 for 1. Boggs will pitch. 3-8 against the lefty. It's a blank. Dreesen, 5-3. And it's a base hit to right. Dreesen hits one right in the line drive into right field. Harper will get that. First hit of the game for Dreesen, and it will bring up Knight. Knight is 0 for 1. Dreesen had 19 steals, and he gets the jump. It's not a bad stolen base. He's got 15 and a 0, and Benedict is 0. And I believe Brian says that's what I thought he would. A 1-15, he is safe. And he is. Dreesen will steal second base. You said 70%. That was 75%. And that'll be a stolen base for Dreesen. So Dreesen steals second. We'll redo the strategy. He will stay there. Boggs will go ahead and deal. Boggs, 6-6, walk, 16. That will miss. Knight, 5-7. And against the righty, it's a ground ball to third. It'll be handled by Horner. And he'll throw to first to get the out. And that'll retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. A solo bomb by Ken Griffey. 2-0 Reds after 3. On to the 4th. Leading off for the Braves will be Rafael Ramirez. He is 0 for 1. Soto, 1-4, wild pitch. It's a blank. Ramirez, 1-2, popped up to third base. And that's going to be Rain Knight to get that. And that'll be the first out. Next up is Harper. Harper is 0 for 1. Soto, 4-4, strikeout plus, swing and a miss. Struck him out. He gets Harper. Second strikeout for Soto, 2 down. And now here's Horner. Horner is 0 for 1. Soto, he will pitch. Soto, 1-4, wild pitch. It's a blank. Horner, 1-8. And, well, that is a straight-up bomb to left field. Kaboom! And that ball is high. That ball is deep. And that ball is gone. Home run, Bob Horner. Bob Horner goes ahead. That's a straight home run to left field. And that wasn't Soto's fault. That was just Horner powering it out of there. And it's now 2-1. Horner had 35 bombs, and he'll get one there. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. And that will bring up Chambliss. I can't answer that question, but Soto would probably be a reliever. With 12 starts, I'm not going to probably put him as a starter. There are too many starters there yet. Remember, I do 26-man rosters, and I'll do a 4-man rotation. He'll probably be a reliever. I doubt he'll be a starter with only 12 starts. Here's Chambliss. Chambliss is 0 for 1 with is 0 for 0 with a walk, 2 outs. Soto will deal. Soto, 5-8 walk, 15 will miss. Chambliss, a 4-4, and against a righty, it's a base hit. Chambliss keeps the inning going with a single past second base. And here's Dale. Dale is 0 for 1. Soto got to be careful with him. He can send one out too. Strategy roll for Chambliss. He stays put. Soto, 3-8 against a righty. That'll be an auto out. It's a fly ball to left field. That'll be George Foster getting to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits. A solo bomb by Bob Horner. And trust me, he can hit him high and deep. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Leading off for the Reds will be Joe Nolan. Nolan hit a bomb his first time up. Bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Reds. The Reds win, they're in. Boggs will go ahead and pitch. Boggs, 4-8, error on a grounder. Nolan, 6-7, and that is a ground ball. It's hit to first base. That ball is hit to Chambliss. His error rating is an 8. That's a 6, and that's an error. That's going to be an error, a bad error. He boots it away from him. Nolan will take second on a 1. He doesn't. That's going to be an error on Chambliss. Nolan is safe, and that's an E3. First error on the Braves. They had 3 of them in this game historically. So there's the first. Infield is a double play depth. Next batter is Kennedy. Kennedy walked his first time up. Strategy roll, nothing on the 11. Boggs will pitch. Boggs, 8-5, error on a booted ball. Kennedy, 6-2. Nope, that's a fly out to right. And that will be Harper making the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up the pitcher. Mario Soto uses hitting card number 1. Corners are in, expecting the bunt. And that is a 19, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Boggs will pitch. 7-4. Range play 13. That's a 5. That does count for a bunt. That does count on a bunt. So, let's see where Soto bunted it to. And he bunts that right back to the pitcher. Boggs' range is a 2. He'll get it. So we know he's going to get it. And that's a 13. And Soto's bunt rating is a 4. That's still going to be a good bunt. So he bunts it to Boggs. Boggs just gets it. The throw goes to first. Nolan is safe at second, 2 down. Wow. A range play, but Boggs comes up with the play. So sacrifice hit to the pitcher. 2 down now for Collins. Collins is 0 for 2. Reds won in my game tonight 16-8. And get rid of 7 runs. 2 men out. Reds lead 2-1. Remember, the last time the Reds played, it was a 2-1 victory over the Padres. Strategy roll, nothing on the 2. Nolan stays put. Boggs, 2-8. Strikeout, 16 is a no. Collins, 6-4. Base hit right past second base. That's a single past second. And Nolan, he will hold. Nolan will not score. It's only a base running rating of 1. Even with 2 outs, he needs to be a 3 to come home. So he gets a base hit, but the inning will continue. And now a chance for Oster. Oster is 1 for 2 with a single. When it comes to choosing the rotation, usually I choose the pitcher with the best record or the best ERA. However, Seaver probably would have been pitching a wild card game, I think. They probably would have thrown Seaver on the mound, not Pastore. I don't think so. But I don't know yet. We'll see. We still haven't gotten there yet. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Oster, the batter. He's 1 for 2. Strategy roll, nothing, and that is a 2. Collins gets a chance to steal. 16-0. Yeah, you're going to send him. A 1-16. Collins is safe. And he is. Collins will steal second base. Maybe not the thing to do in this situation, but he'll get a stolen base there. Second stolen base by the Reds. So now runners at second and third. They'll re-roll the strat. That'll be a 3, nothing happening. 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. Reds lead 2-1. Boggs, 8-8. That's a blank. Oster, 4-2. It's a line drive right to second. That'll be gloved, and the inning is over. The infield is back. The infield is back with 2 outs, and that'll retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, an error, and a steal, and a bunt. And 2-1 Reds after 4. We go to the 5th. And it will be Glenn Hubbard leading off for the ATL. And he's 0 for 1. Soto can pitch to 32 batters, so he can go a while. And Boggs can pitch to 28 before he tires. Soto deals. Soto, 6-4. That's an error on a booted ball. Hubbard, 6-4. That's a base hit to right field. That's a single. Right fielder Griffey has an error rating of 10. That's a 9, and he's going to boot the ball. So that's going to be a booted ball. Hubbard automatically gets second. Hubbard's base running rating is a 6. Griffey's arm rating is a 2. So the red die has to be a 6 or lower. The white die has to be a 2 or a 3 or higher for Hubbard to take third base. And it's a 5, and he will. Hubbard takes third on the booted ball. That is a big error on Ken Griffey. So Hubbard gets a single, and that's going to be an E9, allowing Hubbard to take third. So Hubbard takes third on the error. That is the first error on the Reds. They did have an error in the game historically. And now runner at third base, and the infield will come in, and the batter is Benedict. Hubbard on at third. Infield is in. Top of the 5th. Strategy roll. Hubbard, he stays put. Soto, 1-8. Strikeout. He got Benedict. That's a big K. Third strikeout for Soto. That's out number 1. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Boggs. He will bat. This is 1980, not 2026. The infield is still in. Boggs using hitting card number 5. He can hit the ball. Strategy roll. That's a 10. Nothing happening. Soto will deal. Soto, 6-6. Wild pitch, 11. And it's a possible pass ball. Joe Nolan is the catcher. His pass ball rating is a 5. And he prevents it. Not Nolan, I'm sorry. Benedict. No, Nolan's the catcher. He prevents it. But Boggs will swing. Boggs, 3-1. And he hits a fly ball to center field. It's a fly out to center field. That's out number 2. He has no sacrifice fly chance. So Hubbard's got to try to come in on his zone. And a 4-4, and he will advances. If he's 4-7, he is a 6. Hubbard, it will be deep enough. Hubbard will score. We're tied at 2. Stadium groans. So a sacrifice fly for Boggs, as he'll get an RBI on that. The lovely Barbara joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. 2 outs, now tied at 2, as Boggs does his job. And now here's Royster. Royster is 0 for 2. Soto will pitch. Soto, 5-8, walk, 12. Ball 4, he walked Royster. So Royster will trot to first. And that is the second walk issued by Soto. A chance now for Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 2. Royster on it first. And he actually gets the jump. 13 plus 1 is 14. Nolan plus 1 is 15. Royster goes. He's safe. Royster will steal second base. First stolen base for the Braves. And now the go-ahead run in scoring position. Re-rolling the strat. And Royster will stay put. Soto will pitch. Soto, 5-8, walk, 20. No. Ramirez, 1-7. It's a fly to left field. And George Foster will come under it. And he'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit, a walk, an error, a stolen base, and a sacrifice fly. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Reds win. They clinch the playoffs. Dodgers lose. They clinch the playoffs. Atlanta trying to clinch the 3 seed. A win by them and a Montreal loss, they do that. Leading off for the Reds will be Ken Griffey. Griffey got a bomb his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Tied at 2 here, bottom of the 5th. Boggs, 7-8. It's a blank. Griffey, 3-2. And it's a fly to left field. It's an auto out. Handled there by Royster. And he puts it away. Next up is Foster. Foster is 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch from Boggs, 2-4. That's a pitcher result. That 15 is going to be a blank. Foster, 3-5. It hits a left one to left field. Another play for Royster. And Royster grabs it for the second out. And now Dreesen. Dreesen 1 for 2, single and stole a base. Boggs, a 5-5. Strikeout 12. Nope, that'll be too high. Dreesen, 5-7, and that'll be a base hit. There's no runners in scoring position. It'll be a single for Dreesen. Dreesen gets a hit. He'll head to first, keeping the inning going. It'll bring in Knight. Knight is 0 for 2. Dreesen on it first. He does have stolen bases, and he's not getting the jump. Boggs will pitch. Boggs, 5-5, strikeout 8, and that just missed. Knight, 5-3, and that's an auto out. It's a grounder to second base. It'll be handled by Hubbard, and Hubbard is going to throw to first to get Knight, and that will do it. No runs and a hit for the Reds. Tied at 2 after 5. Only 3 days left in the 1980 regular season. The postseason will begin on Saturday. We have a game tomorrow and a game Thursday, which is closing day. Friday there'll be no baseball, and since we have 6 teams in the American League. The American League, the game 1 of the American League Wild Card Series will be on Saturday. We just don't know who yet. Top of the 6th, and Terry Harper will bat, and he's 0 for 2. So that's your schedule right now, which means the National League wild card game, if we have one still, all right. Well, we should have one. We will have one because 5 teams are going to make it. It'll either be the Reds or the Dodgers will get in. So we just don't know. That would be Sunday, Brian. I would have the National League wild card game. Only one in that series. Soto, 6-4, error on a booted ball. Harper, 3-2 against the righty. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Ron Oster. His error rating is a 9. That's an 80. Boots it and he makes an error. Oster has been horrible in the field. That's an E6. Second error on the Reds as Oster boots the ball. And Harper is safe. Yes, it'll be only one game in the National League. The American League will have 2 of them because I'll have 16. Here's Horner. Horner hit a bomb his last time up. Infield set for double play. Remember, they have to have winning records. And right now, only 5 teams in the National League are going to make it. 6 will make it in the American League. Strategy roll, nothing on the 10. Soto will pitch. Soto, 5-5, strikeout, got him. That's a strikeout on Harper. That's the 4th K for Soto. And that is out number 1. Remember, that's not the first time I've done a postseason that way. And one time we had a postseason where we didn't have a wild card series at all. Neither league had, I think neither league had 14. Well, actually, I know that was 1961 because I only allowed the top 4 teams to get in because they had to. Here's Chambliss. Chambliss got a single his last time up. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Harper on it first. He will get the jump. I'm going to send him. 13 plus 1 is 14. Joe Nolan plus 1 is 15. And he's safe. As a matter of fact, they don't even throw the ball. Harper got such a good jump. And Harper easily takes second base. Stolen base for him. Second stolen base for the Braves. That puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. Yep, 1 game, win or go home. Exactly. I want to get right to the division series. Infield is back. And nothing happening there. Soto deals. Soto, 1-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Chambliss, 7-4. Fly ball to right. That'll be Griffin to get to that. That's going to be out number 2. Does Harper take third? 5-5 and holds an arm rating 5-7. Griffin's arm rating is a 2. Harper will make third base. Deep enough. Griffey not much of a strength in an arm, and Harper will go to third. And a chance now for Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 2. Yes, so it will be the 6 versus the 5 in a 1 game. The winner there plays the 4 in a 1 game. The winner there takes on the number 1 seed in the league. Soto, strategy roll. Harper stays put. Soto, 7-4. Range play 11. That's a 5. It is. Murphy, 7-2. Pumped up to first base. And going after that is Dreesen. Dreesen's got to make this catch. His range is a 5. He's got it, and the inning is over on a 3. Great play by Dreesen. No runs, no hits, 1 error. A stolen base, but that is it. Atlanta cannot take the lead. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Joe Nolan leads off for the Reds. And he is 1 for 2, reached on an error and hit a bomb. Boggs deals. Boggs, 2-8, strikeout 9. That is too high. Nolan, 6-2, fly ball to left field. Royster says he's got it. And that's the first out. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy is 0 for 1 with a walk. Boggs deals. Where did that one go now? Timeout as I search for the dice. I went someplace. Dang. these days I gotta throw a catcher. Okay. We'll re-roll it. So, Boggs. 7-1. Range play 13. No. Kennedy. 4-2. It's a fly ball to left field. And that'll be another catch by Royster. Won't be a range play. 2 down. That'll bring up Soto. And I think with no runners on base, I think you let him pitch. I think you let him hit. So I'm going to let him hit here. Soto will bat. Boggs will pitch. Boggs, 7-3. It's a blank. Soto, 8-5. That's a grounder right back to Boggs. Boggs will take care of it and toss it over and retire the side. First time the Reds are retired in order. Tied at 2 after 6. On to the 7th. In another low-scoring game for the Reds. Glenn Hubbard leads off for the Braves. He is 1 for 2. Boggs can pitch to one more batter before he tires. Boggs is due up 3rd in this inning. I doubt he's going to bat. Soto will pitch. Soto, 7-6. That's an auto out. It's a ground to first base. Handled by Dreesen. And Dreesen will take it to the bag on the out. Next batter is Benedict. Benedict is 0 for 2. Pitch from Soto. Soto, 3-7. And strikeout 1. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is the 5th strikeout for Soto. Oh, yeah, you did say in the 7th inning, Concepcion for Oster. So we will do that real quick. As we'll do that now because we are in the 7th inning. So Dave Concepcion. No, he can't. That's right. Concepcion, you can't put him in there. Concepcion is not on the roster for this game. That is right. That's why Oster's in it short. Oh, no, he is. I'm sorry. My bad. There he is. I couldn't find the card. There we go. Concepcion will take over at short, and he'll bat second. So timeout. As Concepcion is in there now. And he is a 4-5. My bad. I thought he was on the roster, but he's not. So Concepcion will now come on and take over at second base. Judge Robert is not. Nope, it's okay. It's okay. Judge Robert is not denied the move. 7th inning, you can do this. Soto will pitch. Soto, 7-4. Range play 11. Yes. Benedict, 5-5. Base hit past 3rd, but it's a range play for Knight. His range is a 3, and he's got it. Nice play by Knight. He picks it up, throws to first, and that will end the inning. I'm sorry, no, it won't. Will it roll out? No. What did I just do? Benedict struck out. That's right. He was not supposed to bat. My bad. Got kind of confused. Boggs is the batter, and he's coming out of the game. Benedict already, he struck out. So we got to redo the at-bat here. And we'll see a pinch hitter for Boggs. So Boggs is coming out, and Soto's a righty. And it's going to be Biff Pocoroba. He'll pinch it. So Biff Pocoroba will pinch it against Soto. 265 average, 2 homers, 8 RBIs in 80. He had 60 pinch hits against righties. But there are 2 outs. So tied at 2, top of the 7th. And Soto will deal. Soto, 6-8, error, foul, grounder at the park. Riverfront, 4-6, and 4-6. And that is a possible home run to center field against the righty. Pocoroba is a 15. Soto +2 makes him a 17. And, well, that's a 3. So guess where that ball just went? Kaboom! That ball, pretty high. That ball, pretty deep. That ball, pretty well gone. Pinch hit home run, Biff Pocoroba. He only had 2 of them in 80, and he gets one there. A 4-6 is a homer to center field. 15 plus 2 is 17, and the Braves take a 3-2 lead. Stadium groans. Pinch hit homer by Pocoroba puts the Braves ahead. And now the batter is Royster. Royster is 0 for 2 with a walk. And now a 3-2 Braves lead. Soto, he will pitch. Soto, 8-4, strikeout plus. That's an 18. And called strike 3 on Royster. And he got him, and that'll retire the side. 6 strikeouts, but 1 run on 1 hit. A pinch hit bomb by Biff Pocoroba. And the Braves now have the lead. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we've got a 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. We don't know what game we're going to play yet until after the ticker. We'll decide after that. Bottom of the 7th, Braves lead 3-2. Biff Pocoroba comes off the bench and sends one out of there. It is the top of the order for the Reds. Here's Dave Collins. He is 1 for 3. Braves need a pitcher. Switch right-left. So they're probably going to go with a righty. And that's going to be, coming on to pitch for the Braves, is going to be, no, not Kemp. I think you'd save him. It's going to be Gene Garber. 5 wins, 5 losses, 7 saves, a 3.83 ERA. Boggs, believe it or not, leaves with a W. And Gene Garber will come on to pitch, and he can pitch to 6. So Gene Garber will pitch for the Braves. Dave Collins will bat here in the bottom of the 7th. Garber deals. Garber, 7-3, walk, 19. That's too high. Collins, 1-2, popped up to short. And that's going to be Ramirez making the catch. 1 away. Here's the new shortstop, Dave Concepcion. 260 average, 5 homers, 77 RBIs in 80. Garber deals. Garber, 5-6. It's a blank. Concepcion, 8-8. And that's a base hit past third, but that's a risk play. A 1-5, Garber will turn that into an out. That's an 18. It will remain a single past third. So Concepcion gets a hit, as he's now on first base, and now the batter is Griffey. Griffey, 1 for 3 with a bomb. Infield a double play. Concepcion, he does not get the jump. Garber will pitch. Garber, 2-7. Range play 13. That's an 18. No. Griffey, 4-6. And that's a ground ball to first. And that's a 9. -2 hit to first to 7. Garber is 0. And that is not going to be a double play. That's going to be a fielder's choice. Concepcion thrown out at second. Griffey will take first. 2 down. 2 outs. And now here's Foster. Foster is 0 for 2 with a walk. Foster pretty much has hit a bomb in every game I've had him on the board in this in 1980. Pretty much, I think. 2 men down, 3-2 Braves. Strategy roll for Griffey. He gets the jump. Yeah, 19 plus 1 is 20, and Benedict is a 0. The only way he is out is on a 20. And he's safe. Griffey will get into scoring position, and that is the third stolen base for the Reds. And we'll re-roll the strat again, and Griffey will stay at second. So Griffey does steal the base, and now Garber will pitch to Foster. Garber, 7-5, wild pitch, 17, no. Foster, 7-4, and it's an auto out. It's a ground ball to third. It'll be handled by Horner. He's got it. He'll throw to first and retire the side. No runs, a hit, and a steal. 3-2 Braves after 7. We go to the 8th. Soto can pitch to 5 more batters before he tires. Rafael Ramirez leads off for the Braves. And I'm going to let him, he's 0 for 3. He's the shortstop. He only had 50 games. I probably should let him bat, though, anyway. Yeah, he's going to stay out there. Ramirez will continue to bat. Soto, 7-1 against the righty. It's an auto out. That'll be a fly to right. Griffey will get to that. That's the first out. Next batter is Harper. Now he's definitely coming out with a 185. Harper's in right field. And let's see here. Who's it going to be? It's probably going to be Azelstein, I guess. Azelstein, who has the most pinch hits? Mike Lum has the most pinch hits, I think, against righties. Azelstein can come in to play the position, but not really. What is it? Right field? So, I'm going to make it Azelstein. Harper coming out. Coming on to pinch hit for the Braves will be Brian Azelstein. 284 average, 3 homers, 25 RBIs. Gary Matthews is going to take over in right field for the Braves. So we'll have a new right fielder in Gary Matthews. And he is a 417 2D. Same range, but he makes errors. So Gary Matthews will take over in right field, but Brian Azelstein is going to pinch hit. 1 out, and we're in the top of the 8th inning. Soto will pitch. Soto, 6-5, walk, 11. Nope, that's high. Azelstein, 6-5, grounder to second base. Kennedy will get to that. Throws it over, 2 down. And now Horner. Horner is 1 for 3 with a bomb. 2 down, top of the 8th. Braves lead 3-2. Reds get in with a win or a Dodger loss. Soto, 1-4, wild pitch. It's a blank. Horner, 5-1, and that's an out. Fly ball to center. Grabbing that is Collins. And that will end the inning. Nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Dan Dreesen leads off for the Reds. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Garber is going to stay out there. Garber will continue to pitch. He can pitch to 2 more batters. Garber will deal with Dreesen. Reds trying to punch their ticket to the postseason with a win here. Garber, 3-6, strikeout 12, no. Dreesen, 4-8. It's a fly to right field. And that'll be caught by Gary Matthews for out number 1. Next up is Knight. Knight is 0 for 3. He's had a rough night. Knight's had a rough night. Had to eliminate netting above the rim basketball. Be silent for a bit. Okay. Garber will pitch. Garber, 4-1. Range play 13. No. Knight, 6-4. Fly ball right field. Another play for Matthews. Matthews will make the catch, 2 down. Matthews comes into the game and all of a sudden has to make plays. And now the batter is Nolan. Garber is tired. Nolan is 1 for 3, hit a bomb and reached on an error with a 307 batting average. I think you let him stay out there. Garber is tired. He says I can do it, coach. Garber with the deal. 3-7, error on a booted ball. Nolan, 5-5. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Ramirez. His error rating is a 13. That's an 11. He boots it, and the Reds have the tying run on board. That's an E6. Error on Ramirez. Second error on the Reds and on the Braves in the ball game. And the batter now is Kennedy. Kennedy is 0 for 2 with a walk. Says pinch run Milner. So that means Bench is going to take over at catcher, I guess. So Nolan's coming out of the game. He's going to bring in Eddie Milner to pinch run. Kennedy is the batter, so who's going to take over at catcher? Because you only have you have him or you want Carell. Okay. So Carell will take over at catcher for the Reds. Milner on at first base. So Nolan is done. And I'll take him off right here. As every time I do a game with Brian B, he makes me work. So here's Carell. Carell's a 3-0-20 plus 2. So Kennedy will bat here. Garber is tired. He will pitch. 2 men down. Kennedy not really a home run hitter. Milner on at first. 2 men down. Bottom of the 8th. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 8th. Garber will pitch. Garber, 2-5. Walk. 19 is high. Kennedy, 3-5. And it's an infield single to short. Ramirez will charge it. He won't have a play. And everybody's safe. Kennedy hits an infield single to Ramirez. And the inning will continue. And that'll be it for Soto. Because now coming into the game for the Reds will be Mr. Johnny Bench. 250 average, 24 homers, 68 RBIs. Garber is tired. They will not let him pitch to Bench. And coming on to pitch for the Braves will be Rick Camp. 6 wins, 4 losses, 22 saves. A 191 ERA. He can pitch to 7. So Rick Camp will come on to pitch against Bench. So here is Camp. He's going to try to get a 4-out save. Milner on at second. Kennedy on at first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. Johnny Bench. Hall of Famer. Well, yeah, pretty much. One of the greatest catchers of all time, if not the greatest. Camp will settle in on Bench. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 6. Camp looking in. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium hoping for a big-time hit. Pitch from Camp. Camp. 3-7. Error on a throw. Bench. 8-8. It's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Ramirez. His error rating is a 13. That's a 3. And it's going to be another error on Ramirez. That's a throwing error. The question is, where did the ball go? Well, figuring it was hit to short, I would have thrown the ball to first because Kennedy is faster. So that's going to be an error. So I'm going to throw the ball to first. Chambliss's range is a 4, and he will prevent the ball from getting past him. Everybody's safe. A gigantic error by Ramirez. And there is your 3 errors for the Braves. Another E6. Second error on the Braves in the inning. The bases are loaded. And the batter is Collins. Collins 1 for 4 with a single. Camp goes to Rafael Ramirez and says, "Hey, come here. Yeah, you, the guy at the shortstop with the glove that don't work. Yeah, I'd like to ask you a question. Would you like to play some baseball?" Camp will go ahead and pitch to Collins. Collins 1 for 4 with a single. 2 men down. 2 huge errors. And Camp now has got to make a good pitch. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 16. Camp will go ahead and deal. Camp, 8-3. Walk, 18. No. Collins will swing. Collins, 6-3. And it's a fly ball to left field. Jerry Royster will take a couple of steps backward, but he will have room. He makes the catch. And the Reds get nothing. Good day, sir. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, and the Reds cannot get anything out of it. We go to the top of the ninth. Who's pitching for the Reds? Leading off for the Braves will be Chris Chambliss. He'll bat. Chambliss is 1 for 2 with a walk. Coming on to pitch for the Reds will be Tom Boom Boom Hume. 9 wins, 10 losses, 25 saves, a 2.56 ERA in 80. So Hume will come on to pitch. Soto leaves with the L. Garber right now has a hold. Camp trying to get a save. Top of the ninth, Braves looking for insurance. They lead 3-2. Hume, 3-7. Range play at the park. Riverfront, 6-1. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. That ball is into Dreesen. His range is a 5. He'll got it. Hume will come over and receive the throw, and that'll be out number 1. Nice play there by Dreesen. And now the batter is Murphy. Murphy is 0 for 3. You kind of think he's due. Hume, 1-3, strikeout. It won't be due there. Struck him out. Strikeout for Hume. And he had 68 of them in 80, 2 down. Hume, by the way, can pitch to 9. And now the batter is Hubbard. Hubbard is 1 for 3, a single, and scored. 3-2 Braves. Hume looking on at Hubbard. Hume will deal. Hume, 2-8 against a righty. It's an auto out to grounder to second base. That'll be taken care of there by Kennedy. Throws to first. And a nice job by Hume. 1, 2, 3, go the Braves. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Bottom of the 9th. Leading off for the Reds is Dave Concepcion. He got a base hit his first time up. So Concepcion will go up against Camp. Camp's the closer. This is what he's getting paid for. He will pitch. Camp will deal. Camp, 2-3, walk, 8. Yes, ball 4. Concepcion a 7 plus 1 makes him an 8, and he walks the tying run. A walk there by Camp. And now Griffey. Griffey is 1 for 4. It has a bomb. Infield at double play depth. Concepcion can steal bases. And he does not get the jump. Camp will go ahead and pitch to Griffey. Fans at Riverfront hoping someone comes through with a big-time hit. Camp, 4-8. Range play 14, yes. Griffey, 4-4. It's powered into center field. That's a 7. And that's going to be a double to center field. But it's a range play for Murphy. Murphy's range is a 4. He can't get it. It's a double. Concepcion will have to hold at third with less than 2 outs. He wasn't sure Murphy was going to make the play, and now the tying run is at third. The winning run is at second. Griffey comes through with a big-time double. And now the batter is Foster. Infield in, of course. Foster is 0 for 3 with a walk. Camp looking in on Foster. The fans at Riverfront hoping Foster comes through. 3-2 Braves. A Reds win. They're in the playoffs. Camp sets in. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 19. Camp will deal with Foster. The fans are on their feet. Camp will deal. 2-6. And that's an automatic out. It's a 17. It's a ground ball to third. That is a ground ball to third. It's an auto out. I have to re-roll the 17 since I had to use it. So it's a grounder to third. Concepcion doesn't add any or subtract anything. So let's see what happens. A ground ball to third base. And that's a 16. And the runner at third is out. And the runners advance. The batter is safe. They send Concepcion home. He is out at the plate. Foster takes first. Now Griffey. I think I still roll to see if he takes third. And he does. So Griffey will take third base on the throw home. Griffey's at third, but there is now 1 out. I'm using the chart on that one. That was a 16. And the chart. To show you a chart, hit the third base at 16. Runner on third, out, batter safe, fielder's choice. So Griffey moves to third, though, but now there's 1 down. So Concepcion is out, fielder's choice, and now the batter is Dreesen. The infield is staying in. Griffey on at third, Foster on at first, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Camp trying to get out of the jam. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 3. Foster stays put. Camp will pitch to Dreesen. Camp, 5-1, strikeout, no. Dreesen, 2-3, it's a base hit pass short, the game is tied. Griffey comes through with a single pass short. Foster holds at second base, tie game. Stadium cheers, yay. RBI single by Dreesen. And now the winning run is in scoring position, and here is Knight. 9th inning magic strikes again. Knight is 0 for 4. You kind of think he's due. Infield set for double play. Actually, you know what? He should not have advanced to third because the ball was hit to third base. He only would have advanced if it was an 8. But I'm going to say he did anyway. So Foster on. So Chris might watch this and yell at me, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it as it is. Foster on at second. Dreesen on at first. Camp will pitch to Knight as he blows the save. So Boggs and Soto are off the hook. Garber loses the hold. And now a big time. The winning run is at second base with 1 out. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Camp will pitch. Camp, 1-6, pickoff, 19. No. Nothing there for pickoff for Camp. That'll be a blank. Knight will go ahead and then we go to and that's right, we go to the park. Right, pickoff, and we go to the park. Pickoff, no, we go to the park. Riverfront, 8-4. And guess what? We got a base hit pass short. It's a single for Knight. Will it score Foster? And it will not. Foster's base running rating is a 2. He needs to be a 3 to score, but the bases are loaded. Knight comes through with a hit. Bases loaded now, and the batter is Vic Correll. And he will bat. 421 average, no homers, 3 RBIs. Camp is tired. And they got to yank him. He's got to come out. So Camp is going to come out of the game as he blows it. We'll see a new pitcher for the Braves. And let's see, late innings. So that is going to be, I think it's going to be Preston Hanna. Let me see if that's going to be Hanna. Let's see. No, actually, it might be, Correll's a righty, but it really doesn't matter who he faces. So late innings, probably Bradford. Yep, nope, it's going to be Bradford. Coming on to pitch for the Braves is going to be Larry Bradford. 3 wins, 4 losses, 4 saves, a 2.44 ERA. He has 28 late inning appearances. He will come into pitch. So Camp couldn't get the win, could not get the save. He now can only get the loss. Still 1 out. The infield is in. Bradford will pitch to Correll. Correll pretty much a ringer card, and it seems to fit in perfectly here. Strategy roll. 10, nothing happening. Bradford will pitch to Correll. Bradford deals. 7-8. Pickoff, 6. He picked him off. Bradford, a 1-10 is a pickoff, 1, and he got Knight, 2 down. He picks off Knight at first base. And we will re-roll the at-bat. There are now 2 outs. I know he's supposed to go to the park, but there is a bases change. I will redo it again. Because now the defense has changed. So now you move the infield back. Knight picked off at first base. Unbelievable how that happened. Larry Bradford gets it done. And now we'll redo the strat. Nothing on the 15. Bradford will now pitch to Correll, but now there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Bradford deals. Bradford, 5-3. That's a pitcher result. That's a 15. And against the righty, it'll be a blank. Correll, 4-8. And that's your game. It's a base hit pass short. Foster comes in. He will score. Reds win it 4-3. They are in the postseason. Stadium cheers. Yay! A 4-8 is a single pass short. Correll gets it done. An RBI single. The Reds will go to 83-77. The Dodgers are out. The Reds are in. Back for the Reds in this 80 season. 11 games under 500. And they've now gone 22-9 in their last 31. And the Reds are in the playoffs. And they will face either Montreal or Atlanta on the road. The Reds cannot host the wild card game. 2 runs on 4 hits, a walk, and a pickoff. And Vic Correll comes through with a big-time hit, and the Reds win it 4-3. Final line score coming up. For the Reds, 4 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. For the Braves, 3 runs, 4 hits, and 3 errors. The winning pitcher is Tom Hume. Boom, boom, Hume will get the win. And it'll be Rick Camp taking the loss. What a victory for the Reds. And they're in the postseason. Well, that's because you knew Correll had a ringer card. That's why. Nobody else would have put in Correll. They would have probably put in bench, but you knew Correll's card was better. And just for that, and just in case if you did put bench in there, just for record, just for shits and giggles, even if you did put bench and catcher, a 4-8 still would have won the game. It would have been a single past third. Bench still would have got you the win. But in this game, it's Vic Correll. He comes through with a game-winning RBI, and the Reds are in the postseason. We're not done. 10-minute ticker is next. Bench would have done it too. I usually don't like doing that, but in this case, I'll show you. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Reds get a 4-3 win. They are in. The Dodgers are out because the Reds have the better tiebreaker over the Dodgers. Even if they tie, the Reds are automatically in. Let's take a look at the rest of the majors. We'll do the games that don't mean anything first. California and the White Sox. Angels, 366, that's 8. White Sox, 7-11 at 0, win for the Halos. Minnesota at Kansas City. The Royals have already clinched the number 1 seed in the American League. Twins, 2-25, that is 2. Royals, 13-12, and that is 1. But even though I did mention that the Minnesota Twins and the Rangers only played 161 games. So even though we played a heck of a game last night, the Twins actually were already eliminated, and I didn't even know it. Astros and the Dodgers. This game is now meaningless. Astros, -2, 65, and that is 6. Dodgers, 553, and that is 5. So even if the Reds had lost tonight, the Dodgers would have lost also. The Reds still would have gotten in. Cubs and the Pirates. Cubs, -7, 16. That is 0. Pirates, 833, and that's 3. And they can raise the Jolly Roger. Padres and the Giants. Padres, 654, and that's 5. Giants, 443, and that is 4. It's a win for the Friars. Mets and the Cardinals. Mets, 453, and that is 5. Cardinals, 12-24, and that is 3. And my Mets will have a happy recap. Now, Mariners and the Rangers, Philadelphia and the Expos. The Rangers is still important because Texas is a game back of Oakland for the 4 seed. So a loss here for the Rangers, Oakland's magic number becomes 2 in order to clinch the number 4 seed, and they only have to play 1 wild card game. Although I want to check the tiebreaker for a minute. Oakland is 3-2, and the Rangers are 2-5. Actually, because they have the tiebreaker, their magic number would actually be a 1 because they have the tiebreaker. Mariners and the Rangers. Rangers must win to still have a shot to get the 4 seed. Mariners 722, and that is 2. Rangers 1321, that's 3. The Rangers still alive for the 4 seed. They're now a half game back of Oakland. The Athletics did not play today. Phillies and the Expos. Because the Braves lost, Montreal's a chance to get closer to Atlanta for the 3 seed. So right now, the Braves' magic number to clinch the 3 seed is still 2. A Expos win makes it a 1. An Expos loss makes it a 1. So, Phillies and the Expos. The Phillies have already clinched the number 2 seed. Can the Expos get closer to the Braves? Phillies 651, and that is 5. Expos 953, that is also 5, and they're going to extras. So extra innings between Montreal and Philadelphia. Do the Expos get closer? Let's see. Philadelphia rolls a 5 plus 0. Montreal rolls a 6 plus 0. And the Expos will win it in extras, and they get closer to the Braves. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Now we got to choose a game for the 4th. So let's see what we got here. Cleveland plays Baltimore. Nah. Toronto, Boston doubleheader. No. California White Sox. No. Minnesota, KC. No. The Oakland-Milwaukee game is important because Oakland can clinch second place in the division. Detroit plays the Yankees in a doubleheader. The Tigers still have a chance to maybe get Oakland. Oakland didn't play. Let's take a look at the standings here. So Oakland has still 87 and 73. So their magic number to clinch the 4 seed, even though the Rangers won today, their magic number to clinch is 2. It clinches 2, I believe, because Detroit was 1 and 4. So their magic number actually is 1. So the Tigers have a doubleheader against the Yankees. Seattle takes on Texas. The Braves and the Reds is no longer necessary. The Reds are in. Astros, Dodgers, not necessary. Phillies and Expos is important as the Expos are still chasing the Braves. Cubs, Pirates, Padres, Giants, Mets, Cardinals. I don't know. What do we think? I think we should do an American League game. And I'm thinking Oakland, Milwaukee. I'm thinking Oakland at Milwaukee because if Oakland wins, they go to 88. It would be 88 plus 73 would be one. They would clinch because Oakland has the tiebreaker on the Rangers. So Oakland can clinch with a win over the Brewers tomorrow. Because Oakland is 3-2 on the board. The Rangers are 2-5 on the board. So Oakland has the better board record. So they go to 88 and 73. That's 161. All right. The magic number normally would be 2. And the best the Rangers could do would be 87 and 70. No, we gotta do Oakland. I think we do the Athletics, and that's what we're gonna do. So that's gonna be our game. Tomorrow night, we're going to go to County Stadium as the Oakland Athletics will take on the Milwaukee Brewers. A win for Oakland. They clinch the 4 seed. Bob Lacey for the Athletics and Moose Haas for the Brewers. Brewers trying to keep Oakland from clinching. A win by the A's. They are the 4 seed. Oakland at Milwaukee tomorrow night. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Reds, this one belongs to the Reds. They beat the Braves 4-3. Can you absolutely believe it? the Cincinnati Reds have made the playoffs. From 11 games under 500 to 22-9 in the last 31. Still a lot left. Still a lot of baseball left to play, guys.